Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Norma Hayes, and if this is your first time, thanks for coming through. I hope you subscribe. So today I actually wanted to talk about something that I just finished talking to my boss slash friend about, and I was encouraged by it too. And so I'm like, maybe this will encourage somebody else. So I feel like right now, okay, let me just give you the context. 9 years ago, I came to my church, and like a month after that, I met a woman. Okay, she came for an event, for a women's event, and she came that one time. I met her. She's like, hey, I don't even know how it came up, but she told me she had her own makeup business. And I was like, oh my God, I do makeup. So she gave me her card. She's like, oh, hit me up. Maybe you could freelance. So fine. I did hit her up. I was working at Sephora at the time. I did text her. She interviewed me. I started, I don't know if I had started freelancing for her. Maybe I had done like 1 or 2 jobs. I don't remember. But then I ended up getting pregnant. So I was high risk. I couldn't work while I was pregnant. So I didn't freelance. But I knew, like, I always prayed since I was a little girl. I'm like, I want to raise my children. Like, I did not want to work. I didn't want nobody to take care of my kids. 3 months later, I was on my way to work, and I felt like I was like, okay, it's time. Like, it's time. And in my head, I'm like, okay, then I'll call Vicky and I'll let her know like that I could freelance. So I'm just gonna do that. I was on my way home, and Kobe was working overnight, and we saw each other in Times Square in Port Authority. And I said to him, I'm like, babe, like, who does this? I'm like, babe. Well, I was like, God told me that I can stay home with Liam, and I'll hit up Vicky and let her know that I can freelance. I know that we can do this. And he looked at me, he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm so sure. I'm like, I'm so sure. He's like, okay. But he looked so scared. So I got home or whatever, and like within the next few months I gave in my time. And then I remember calling Vicky, and I'm like, hey, if you need anybody, let me know. I'm not working for Sephora, so my availability is open. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, I'll let you know, but it was like, not like something guaranteed. It's freelancing. And then she told me something about like the girl in the office wasn't working for her. So she was like, I'm not sure. Like, she had to figure that out. So I was like, oh, okay, if you need help, let me know. I'm like, and I can help. And she's like, oh, like right now I really can't pay anybody. So I told her, I was like, it's okay, I just want to learn. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I just want to learn and see what we can do. So I started working for her, and I don't know, like I just went into her system, and I just started saying like, oh, okay, like, can I call these people? And she's like, sure. So I just started calling everyone. And I guess that's the thing, like I do like to talk. So I would just call and be like, hey, I'm not sure if you already booked hair and makeup, but do you need our services still? And so that's how we started getting the business up. And then and it was so beautiful, because literally we would work from her house, and then we would pray together, and she would cook for me and all this stuff. And then I started literally getting paid right away, because her thing was like, she was very straight up. She's like, look, if we get paid, you'll get paid. That was her thing. She's like, if we get paid, you're gonna get paid. Don't worry about that. And that's something about her. Like, I've learned so much from her. And so that happened. So now it's literally 9 years later, 3 babies in. I went from working in her office. I was still freelancing. Then I stopped working in the office. So I've been in and out of the office all these years. Right now, I'm out of the office. But it's funny, because like I feel like we're both kind of in similar seasons where God is kind of pushing us out of one thing to another, and it feels so uncomfortable and so unbearable. For like, I'm watching it, like she's telling me about her journey and I'm watching my journey, and I'm like, and God, it was like, yeah, like you're both transitioning into something new, and like we're gonna be working together, and I'm just so excited. But I think the point of me saying this is that sometimes we pray and we ask God, right, to do something or to give us this desire that we have, or like, you know, to make a way, but it's not always gonna look pretty. It's not always gonna feel good. It's just not. Like it the way that I like tell my husband, and I know maybe this is dramatic, maybe you don't feel like this, but I know whenever God is kind of like, and I don't want to say like leveling me up, but like kind of just ripping out a layer of something that doesn't belong, me kind of like really now seeing differently, like seeing clearer. And so I'm noticing that he's positioning me in these, like in church and in my job, like to do the same thing. So I'm like, okay, God, you're trying to teach me something. So maybe like right now you're confused, or you're feeling like I don't know what you're doing, or you're frustrated and you're uncomfortable, and like this can't be it, something is wrong. Like take a minute and ask God, like, what is happening right now? Like ask God, like, what is going on? I had to take a sabbatical from church. I stopped working the office because I knew it was too much with Nathan. But sometimes it's okay to take a minute. And so I took a minute and I sat down and I spent time with God. And I'm like, you know what? I need to hear from you. And so now I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh my God, like you're doing this. Like you're putting me in the right places. You're partnering me with the right people. Like everything is aligning how it was supposed to. And like sometimes we get so caught up in the uncomfortability of it, like that we don't want to. Like I am scared, okay? Like I am scared. But I know that God has given me everything that I need to do whatever he's called me to do. So I guess if you're in a transitional period, or you feel like right now you're like, God, this ain't it. Like, I thought you said you wanted me to do this. Another thing is, and I can cry, but like, another thing is, like, I know he wanted me to do this event in February. I did this event. And then after, I kind of like, I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. And after, like, I just didn't even think about it. I did the event and I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, I did it. I did it scared. That's it. Like, I don't want to think about it. And I was like, even to the other day, I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, why? Like, why did you want me to do that? Like, because I felt kind of dumb, or like, I don't even know. Even though, like, it was so beautiful, like, because anyways, and the point is, I met up with a girl that helped me with the event. Shout out to Chastity. And I was telling her, I was like, I've been feeling like, what was the point? Like, I don't even feel like I inspired anybody. And she was like, maybe it was for you. And I was like, you know what? You're actually right. Like, maybe it was for me, because I would have never done that. Like, that was not me. So I was like, wow, God, like, you see, and this is why, like, we even need to be in community and in contact, and like, we need to just be connected. Like, there's just so much. But anyways, the point is that, sometimes things like that will happen, like God will call you to do something and you feel stupid and you're like, why? But you still learn from it, because I did it. I'm like, I would have never done that, ever. But anyways, so I just want to encourage you to really, like, if you're in a place of like, I don't know what's happening, I don't know, like, look at my journey with Vicky, like it's literally been God the whole way through. And now, and it's so funny because anyways, the point of linking it to her is that I'm getting to see like the next level of what he'll do with me. Like I'm getting to learn, like glean from whatever she's like learning, and then I can apply it to things, that I need to do. And so it's just beautiful to see God like doing his thing. And like when you really seek him and when you really like ask him to lead you, like he's gonna do it. Like just do it. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be so scary, and you're not gonna want to, and it's gonna hurt. Like it literally, I told Kobe, like it feels like I'm getting like something is getting ripped off of me. And it might seem like nothing to you, but man, you don't know. So I just want to encourage you. Sorry, I hope this wasn't all over the place. And it was a very last minute, but I felt like I needed to release it. So just please, like, he is doing a thing. He did the thing. Like, you just have to receive the thing and trust him in the process. You know what is coming out of you, what is being birthed out of you is so important for the world, is important for your neighbor, it's important for your family, it's important. Okay, so and right now, and I feel like he keeps showing me like it's not always gonna look how it looks now, it's not always gonna be like this, but we have to stay okay with being uncomfortable, because that means okay, we're being stretched. But that's it for today. I hope you have a great day or evening. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.